podcast joining me this evening is former Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. O.P. Rawat. Mr. Rawat, thank you so much for joining on HW, and it's wonderful to have you on a day when, and especially in the middle of the Supreme Court hearing, which is on. And today, uh, what I would want to know from you, what are your thoughts about this special intensive revision exercise, which has been conducted just 1 or 2 months before the Bihar Assembly elections? Is that right? Should there have been more time given to this kind of a special intensive revision?
Uh, Nilu, intensive revision was never conducted in the past so close to the elections. In fact, in Bihar itself, last intensive revision was conducted in 2003 when the elections were to be held in 2005. So there was a gap of 2 years. Therefore, I would say that this time it was really utter haste. Election Commission, don't know what motivated them and what suggested to them that they will be able to complete without any problem in a period of just 4 months and ensure that the grievances, etc., appeals, etc., can be disposed of before the election. Now, the term of assembly ends on 22nd November. So, elections will have to be held much before that, first week or second week of November at the most. So, it was really critical, and timing was so wrong for intensive revision that it would never have been completed within the four walls of legal framework and with propriety.
But you've spent years following the election commission. You yourself have been on the hot seat of the chief election commissioner. Do you think and do you suspect that there is a malified intention, where all these charges are coming up, that the election commission is working in collusion with the ruling party, all these allegations now which are coming up? What would you really say to it? And does this suspicion thicken further, because you are saying that yes, it has happened at the 11th hour, just before the Bihar Assembly elections. It has never happened ever like this. So, do you suspect something which is not very good?
In a democratic governance, political pressures can never be ruled out fully. But I can assure you that Election Commission never takes these pressures very seriously and implements them without looking at the practicability, the legal framework, and the constitutional requirement. And therefore, I can assure you that Commission would not be acting under that kind of pressure or that kind of thing. Only thing is that they should have taken care of the timing. And since time was not there, they should have gone in for summary revision instead of intensive revision, which would have sufficed because law doesn't require you for intensive revision. Law says that before every election, electoral rolls shall be revised. That is the discretion of election commission to have summary or intensive. Since time is not there, so summary revision would have been enough.
But why did they add the word intensive? Because everyone is saying that there has never been a special intensive revision ever, and there is no provision in the law as well. The law does provide that you have a summary revision of the electoral rolls, which is like a routine exercise before any poll. But this time, it has made it looks like some phantom which is staring at the democratic structure of our country.
Actually, there is only room for intensive revision or summary revision. But Election Commission, in their discretion, have been calling a special summary revision and a special intensive revision because they tweak the terms of process, everything here and there to suit the requirement, and therefore they call it special. Legally, it is intensive revision, or if it could be summary, then it is summary revision. So there is hardly any thing on that semantics, but the timing was critical, and that is what I would say that this time was not fit for intensive revision.
You were saying, of course, that timing is not right, and it should have been done much earlier. But coming to the fact, the manner in which this whole thing is gone about, where Justice Bagchi also said that this entire battle is between a constitutional entitlement and constitutional right. A battle, in a way, is between Article 324 and Article 326. Now, my pinpointed question to you, Mr. Rawat, is that does the election commission have the right to assess the citizenship of any citizen in the country? Because everywhere it is being said in Bihar that, there are question marks on the citizenship. Not many documents are allowed, and which is why the people do not have the documents, their citizenship will be stripped off.
Actually, in this context, 1995 ruling of Supreme Court is illustrative, because then Supreme Court held that the citizenship is the subject of Home Ministry, and Home Ministry and their agencies only can investigate citizenship and can certify the citizenship. Therefore, Election Commission doesn't have that legal authority. Only thing is
Okay.
that since Article 326 provides that all citizens above a certain age, earlier 21, now to 18, are entitled to vote in the election and are entitled to enroll themselves as the elector. So, Election Commission is taking the defense that since all citizens are entitled, we have a right to examine the citizens' status, whether they are citizens or not. But generally, Election Commission's take has been that we should promote everyone's enrollment with the declaration that they declare on oath that they are citizens, and that will be good enough for us. In case there is any objection, any claim that he is not a citizen or she is not a citizen, then Election Commission, of course, gets the authority to investigate, and if they find that it is correct, they can issue a notice to that person that you are not a citizen prima facie, and therefore your name will be deleted. Show cause as to why this should not be done. And once they give some evidence, they are given personal hearing, and if Election Commission is satisfied, they can delete the name. That's the right process.
No, but Mr. Rawat, do you think that the petitioners' concerns, they are baseless? Do they have a ground when they say that you cannot exclude so many voters? Now, imagine 65 lakh names have been deleted from the electoral rolls. Do you find this as something which is extraordinary?
It is extraordinary, and Election Commission has not given the data as to category wise how many names, which names where have been deleted. All those data they have not shared with the public. So we are totally at sea as to what really happened. Another thing is most of them were voters in 2024 elections. So denying them voting right as at this stage for nothing will be really bad. And in fact, I dread the day when in a polling station, say 200 deletions have taken place and all those 200 turn up to vote. Poor presiding officer will be so much stressed what to do with them. And there may be a law and order situation.
Absolutely.